Scholes. Carick across to Ryan Giggs. Evra was lurking.
2 headers away. Who do you expect trying to...
Capdeville. Full level. Looks for good Johnson, but Vidic in the way. Well, he certainly talks a good game these days, Gary. Let's see see what he's like there.
Oh, he's done it on the pitch before, so he doesn't have to do it anymore.
Fletcher. Park. Two here. He's got good Johnson up with it.
Oh, if he sees the far post. Oh, dear me.
Not much doubt about that.
There wasn't, yeah. He got in a good position, as you mentioned. Getting past. Well, it's amazing when it's matched how football players are to each other, whereas
time, but easy enough for Edwin van der Sar. And he gets United moving quickly. Scholes. He's got a lot of these players in there. In their late 30s, early 40s, they will be desperate for half-time, I think. Seedorf again lighting up on Trafford with some brilliant stuff.
Oh, terrific, isn't it?
Don't need to say who's got the ball, just say the booze.
Eyes off.
The late flag.
Nature, they don't want. Yes, it's a testimonial, but you know those players, they want to win. They want to win. They want to put in a show today, and you could see when Vida got the goal. I was looking at them, the body language, but no, they want to come out here and put in a good show. But at the end of the day, I'm sure they want to win.
We talk about Vidic getting the goal, the equaliser. It came from Ryan Giggs rolling back the years. It's so hard not to keep using that expression because it was just like he's still playing now.
Yeah, listen, it's something that we've seen many times before. Giggs had good quality into the second 6-yard box. And he timed his run well. Vidic puts his head in there where many others won't, and even on a friendly, you know, it's a testimonial that he's not bothered. He'll take a cut, and he got his goal and he got his reward.
What's it like for you watching there with us, knowing that you're going to be coming on in the second half? Be honest.
Well,
you're a little bit nervous.
I am nervous, and I'm glad the sun's just gone in behind the clouds for a little while because it looks really hot out there. And I looked at the time and it was 17 minutes, and I thought, oh, they're expecting me to play half an hour. I could be struggling.
But he's fit. This is a breeze. This should be easy for you.
Yeah, but has he still got it? I'm looking forward to critiquing him even at the end of the game. But there are plenty of silky skills still to be seen, not least from this man. Look at that. Wow, hasn't he still got it? And a few this when we come back in the second half.
got your monster down there.
Cold water.
Well, most people, their monsters are in here.
Surrounds me now.
Scratching to get out.
You have a cold-blooded predator in your town.
New drama, The Loch, starts next Sunday at 9 on ITV.
Welcome challenge, and see where it takes you. Who knows? You might just end up somewhere new.
That was unbelievable. I actually got quite emotional. You did it. Showed that car dealer his boss, didn't you?
Now compare car finance at Confused.com.
Well, here's your monthly data allowance. Here's all those Facebook updates. An episode of Game of Thrones. Right there. Now, the problem with most mobile networks is come the end of the month, they take back whatever you haven't used. But new Sky Mobile is different. They'll roll all your unused data for you to use next month, next year, or even later. So, say hello to rolling your data for 3 years, only with Sky Mobile. Sky, believe in better.
Wilkinson Sword. Protecting mankind. Selected Hydro razors, now half price. See Transformers The Last Night in cinemas from the 22nd of June. Wilkinson Sword. Free your skin.
Baywatch is ridiculously fun.
We need to check it out.
Deliciously silly. It's hilarious. Baywatch.
The smallest bar in Amsterdam is run by my husband Jaap. It seats 6 people. But at home, he has over 400 chairs. Chairs with 3 legs, chairs with no legs. I have to shower with chairs, and even give up my wardrobe to chairs. But it's worth it. Because every few years, our little bar becomes Amsterdam's biggest.
You heading for lunch?
Yeah. Great Taste of America is back at McDonald's. Thinking of trying the Louisiana Stack.
What's that?
2 beef burgers.
Yeah.
Pepper jack cheese. Red and yellow peppers.
Oh, nice.
And spicy ketchup. You fancy it?
Yeah, sounds good.
Great Taste of America is back at McDonald's. Go all out for the Louisiana Stack, around until the 13th of June.
We've got 2 big international football matches coming your way here in the near future on ITV. Next Saturday, Scotland entertain England at Hampden Park, an important Group F qualifier. Join Mark Pugatch, Lee Dixon, Ian Wright, Ali McCoist and Ryan Giggs from 4:30 for that. And a week on Tuesday, we'll be in Paris as Gareth Southgate's men take on France in a high-profile friendly. That's from 7:30, also on ITV. So 1-1 here at Old Trafford in a very good-natured atmosphere, as you'd expect. Michael Carrick's testimonial, but a lot of steely determination on display as well from some of the top ex-professionals, some of them still professional, of course. And I've got a former pro, Quinton Fortune, watching alongside us. What's the mindset like when you're playing at these kind of testimonial games where presumably there's still a lot of pride at stake?
I think you start off friendly. I think you start trying to be friendly, but the nature just takes over. The nature of the beast just takes over, because this place has been playing at this level, at this competitive level, so many years, and you're trying to put in a show. But at the end of the day, some players find it very hard. Myself, I found it very hard to let go. So I'm very competitive. But you have to obviously look at the bigger cause. Yeah, it's for Michael Carrick's foundation, but I'm sure some players will still be very competitive out there.
Yeah, the children from the Manchester area and the Newcastle area initially benefiting from the proceeds, all the proceeds after expenses going to the Michael Carrick Foundation. He's going to be playing the second half as well. Surely he's going to be looking for a goal himself. He was just a few inches away, wasn't he, in the first half? Had it been on target, you wonder whether it would have been saved. Well, let's find out what will happen in the second half. And Roy rejoined Danny Webber and Sam Matterface.
Gary Neville coming out for the second half here. And it looks as if Sir Alex Ferguson is ready for us as well. He's alongside Gabriel Clark down by the touchline.
Sir Alex, a few changes at half-time?
Yes, I think the exhaustion has crept in. The two old centre-backs have gone.
Oh dear.
They're, I think I've got Miss Sewer out there with them for the rest of the day. But no, they've been very good. It's great entertainment.
Who's impressed you? Who can do better?
Well, Seedorf has been something special, hasn't he? Jeremy, how old is he?
Getting on a bit.
Is it too old to?
No, you could put a bit in maybe.
He's been very good. No, they've done well. I mean, the crowd have been fantastic. I think that makes it much easier for the players to find that bit of energy, because you know they're not all playing now. So anyway, if we don't win, heads will roll, Gabriel.
Now to win it. Go to work. Well done.
Some things never change. Clarence said off 41 years of age, and he's not only impressed Sir Alex Ferguson. United legend Paddy Crerand was quick to come over to us and ask the same question. How old is he? Could we get him playing in the Premier League next season? He was fantastic, and he talked in the Quinton Fortune was talking in the half-time break there about taming the beast. Well, he is the beast that they haven't been able to tame in that first 45 minutes. The only player to have won the Champions League 4 times with 3 different clubs. Ajax in 95, Real Madrid in 98, AC Milan 2003 and 2007. The 6th highest appearance maker in the Champions League history. We have had a few changes at half-time. Gary Neville is on for Rio Ferdinand for Manchester United. Silvestre is on for Vidic. Sahar is on too. And Berbatov. So a few changes for Manchester United. Alex Bruce has come on for the All-Stars. And I'm sure I've spied a few other changes as well. We'll keep an eye on that as the afternoon continues.
It's interesting, Sam. I just saw Mikel Silvestre trying to tell Patrice Evra, "Come, get closer to me. Come closer to me. Don't leave the gap so big." You know, because now him and Gary Neville have gone at centre backs. He didn't want to do all the running.
Gary Neville was only going to play 10 minutes anyway. Richie Garcia, who grew up in the West Ham Academy alongside Michael Carrick, is wearing 14 at the bottom of your picture for the All-Stars. Here's Johnson. Senna. This is Seedorf. And Alex Bruce has made a dart down the right side and produced a half-decent cross as well. And Garcia Mayfield, he was nudged in the back there by Wes Brown.
Those little tricks of the trade there, Wes just pushed his body against him.
Here's the irrepressible Ji-sung Park. Berbatov has made the run. The offside flag has gone up. You could have let that one go, ref. He's got more hair now than he did when he was playing for Manchester United, Dimitar Berbatov.
Yeah, he's a couple of yards off there, but he's remonstrating to the ref, just saying why.
It's pretty tight when you think of the speed of some of these players now. That was one of those where you could have given the advantage to the attacker.
Yeah, I agree, Sam.
Of course you would. Seedorf. Garcia continuing. Silvestre away.
Substitutions for the Michael Carick All-Stars, replacing number 2, Michael Salgado, and number 6,
Neville.
Number 8, Alex Bruce.
Senna winding one up, and Edwin van der Sar still showing that he's got the reflexes to deal with that. Super save after a howitzer of a shot.
I think he just got excited there with the lollipops from Phil Neville. When it came to him, he thought, I'm going to have a goal. What a strike. The ball's moving, just not enough in the corner. And Van der Sar got a good hand to it. Very good strike from Sam.
Oh, he whipped across that ball and it swerved and dipped towards the Manchester United goal. It was impressive. Here's the corner. Zaha. He's wearing 19 now, is Luis Zaha. Was at one stage, I think, going to wear the number 9 jersey as well as Dimitar Berbatov. He's on for Rooney. It's Mikel Silvestre, who's had an interesting career change. He's been a sporting director in France and very much wants to do that job again. Looking for a Premier League club where he can be a sporting director, a director of football. Believes that is the way that football should run itself.
Very, very intelligent guy. With a good network in the game as well. I think when he went over to France and did that role, it was something that he he really got to grips with, and as you say there, wants to continue doing it, and I think he did a very good job.
Bruce, who is a second half substitute for the All-Stars. Mikel Salgado is the player that he has replaced in this second half, and there will be lots of substitutions over the course of the afternoon, rolling subs. Some of these are of a vintage age now where 90 minutes is a bit too much, but they'll come on for fits and starts. Phil Neville goes running every single morning, divides his time between the United Kingdom and Valencia, where he's still based.
I think his son's in the Valencia Academy as well.
It's a lot easier getting up in the morning and going for a run in Valencia than it is in Salford. Zaha. Fletcher. Berbatov. Berbatov nudging it back to Zaha. Giggs. Remember, the Michael Carick Foundation is the destination for all of the funds that come through this afternoon, and it is designed to give something back to the children with identified need by investing in specific sustainable community centred projects, creating a legacy through enriched experiences. Offside flag is up against Robbie Keane and John Terry here, used to being in that position.
He made quite a few forward runs today, John Terry. He has to try and get himself on the score sheet.
Here's Patrice Evra. Oh, that was agricultural from Bruce. That was naughty.
He didn't want to hear "I love this game" as he ran past him. Just stuck his foot in there. A little smile from between the two of them. Yeah, knocked in there. Steve Bruce has just thought, Alex Bruce has just thought, I'm not having it. Don't want to, if ever runs, I'm not going to catch him.
May well be out of the Steve Bruce playbook, that.
I think so, yeah, that was taught in the garden.
Pass that one down. Here's Giggs swirling the free kick in. Capdevilla is getting there ahead of Michael Carick. Park might take advantage. Well, that was a bit naughty from Phil Neville. Surely it's a free kick. Phil Neville not happy with the decision.
See, as friendly as the game's meant to be, people can't. They've got the little tricks of the trade, the little the way, you know, you palm people off and stop them from running and so on, it just kicks into play naturally. You know, the pride's out there. You don't want to get embarrassed.
Giggs scooping it forward. And in the end, it was easily caught by Shea Given.
Fletcher's adopted the Scholesy role in the second half. He's just still the sitting midfielder, trying to dictate play.
I'm sure Sir Alex can rely on him to last 90 minutes after playing a huge number of games over the course of the last couple of seasons for West Brom. I think he started the pretty much last 90 matches. He's been leaned on heavily by Tony Pulis.
Be a big loss for West Brom. You know, we talked about him earlier, but his experience and, you know, what he brings, his leadership, he'll be a big hole to fill.
Of course, he'll be turning his attention to what happens on Saturday when England take on Scotland. Berbatov couldn't quite control, but got the benefit of the ricochet. Sahari's peeling away. Just took his time a little bit, as is his wont. Found Ever in the end. Giggs waiting in the centre. Gary Neville. Now that was a shot. Get the touch screen out, analyse that.
Unbelievable technique. Oh, it's you know, I think his name went up in lights in his head there. You see, he's come down at his pace on the right hand side. He's shouting for the ball. Everyone's seen him, and he's just thought, I'm going to put this in the top corner, but he didn't say which top corner. Brilliant. Good little smile as he runs away.
I think he knows that clip's going to come back and haunt him. The good thing about Gary Neville is he's got the ability to laugh at himself and take the banter as well as give it.
Definitely. That'll be playing in his mind though. As serious as he's gone into the next, you know, he's gone back to defend. That'll be playing in his mind.
Sail off. Terry, away by Carick, and now some space for Fletcher, who has eluded Terry with a little body swerve. Giggs joining the attack. Here for a two. Here's Berbatov. Giggs. And Carragher was stationed just at the right time in front of Dimitar Berbatov. Fletcher winding one up, blocked by Terry. Senna manages to get it clear. This is Richard Garcia. He was an usher at Michael Carrick's wedding. Very good pals, his former Hull and Colchester United attacking midfielder. Also turned out for Perth Glory. He's actually the youngest member of the All-Stars. Here's Richard Garcia. Gavia is looking for him. Silvestre makes sure he doesn't reach him.
He's a good player, Richie Garcia. So, you know, a good few years back we played against him and Michael Carrick when I was a youngster at United. The West Ham team was frightening. Sort of played in a midfield role, had a lot of guile about him, and you know, as you say, they've been friends ever since. He came over from Australia at the same time as Michael came down from Newcastle. So yeah, the fact that they live worlds apart and they stay so close is a nice thing.
It's Garcia's shot, which has come back to Capdevila. Robbie King trying to help it on, not quite getting it through to John Terry, who, as we've mentioned earlier, has spent quite a lot of time in the opposition's penalty area.
We're playing with a bit of freedom. I think he said to Jamie Carragher, you do the defending and I'll go on a few mazes. He's fit enough, and I see he's another person as well. I see him on his social media platforms, and he's always, you know, eating the right things and doing the fitness, even though he's not been playing every week.
Michael's brothers warming up to come on in the second half. Berbatov waiting for a cross from Gary Neville. Here's Park. Here's Berbatov. Steered narrowly wide. Well, he joined after the Moscow triumph, came to United by the same route as Carick, and he's still suave and slick.
He's got. You said something before that disturbed me when you said he's miscontrolled it. But for the first time I think I've ever seen him miscontrol him. He's a player. His control's fantastic, but as he picked the ball up there, you half expected him to chip the keeper, but he drove it by the far side of the post.
Let's go down to the touchline. Gabriel Clark is with Harry Redknapp.
Harry, what do you make of your All-Stars then, starting the second half?
They've been excellent. I mean, there's a big difference, obviously, in the ages, and they started the game with 5 or 6 Premier League players still, and they're still at top-class players. And there we go. There's a big difference. We had John Terry, probably the only one still playing in the Premier League, and so they've been fantastic. Clarence Seedorf, what a player he is. I mean, it's just been incredible.
Well, Sir Alex was saying he can't believe it for his age.
Well, he can still play, there's no doubt about that. I mean, first half, he was absolutely incredible. I had to give him I had a bit of a go at half time because he gave the ball away once. He gave the ball away once in the first half.
Great save by Shay Gibbons. So are we thinking maybe Clarence Seedorf to Birmingham City this summer?
I don't know, but he's got to come off now, Clarence. He's got to go, he's got a plane to catch, so I better make a substitution.
We'll let you get back to it. Thank you, Harry. Well, Shay Gibbons had to take flight there, didn't he, to stop Louis Saha. Good Manchester United move, and almost a goal which could have put Manchester United in front against the Carick All-Stars. Saha was waiting just behind Berbatov there to execute that. Gary Neville has given the ball away, but Jamie Carragher has been penalised for wiring into him. I think Carragher, if he had one thing on his mind that he wanted to achieve this afternoon, this was it.
You see him, he's not even looking at the ball, he's just thinking, right, Gary, you're having it. A good moment.
Here's Saha. And again, he wasn't too far away, Louis Saha.
Carick just puts it on a plate for him there. Try similar to the one he had just a minute ago with his left foot. He's hit this one with his right foot, just not caught it sweetly.
Once told me that when he was living in Manchester, Louis Saha, he kept a tally chart of the number of days that it rained.
Just to run out of pens.
Graham Carrick coming on to replace Wes Brown, the brother of Michael. And Michael saying beforehand he didn't pick him, but he managed to get himself on the team sheet anyway. It's a good moment for the family.
Yeah, nice moment. Similar in sort of in shape as well. Still got the tall frame, and I think Michael's just a little bit leaner than Graham.
Graham's still working in football. Seedorf still playing, despite the fact that Harry said he's got to go and get a plane. Bruce looking for Keane, offside flag is up. Now, the current Manchester United boss, Jose Mourinho, sent a message of support to Michael Carrick ahead of the testimonial, saying that he is a phenomenal person, a true professional, gives stability in our game and the mental freedom to the other guys around him to be more attacking. That is the influence that he has on the current Manchester United generation. He is one of those that's almost straddling 2 different eras, isn't he?
He is, yeah, he's bridging the gap. Whilst the whole club's in transition, he's one who keeps the traditional values that United have had and passes it on to the young lads, the work ethic, the sacrifice and the desire, that kind of thing, and he's doing it seamlessly.
There's Phil Neville. Now Carrick again. Graham Carrick with a little touch. Gary Neville looking for Louis Saha. Scored the fastest ever goal in an FA Cup final for Everton against Chelsea in 2009. Robbie Keane has escaped the attentions of Silvestre here. Edwin van der Sar has come out, and there's space here for Good Johnson, but Silvestre has reacted in the nick of time. Just not sure enough with a pass to Good Johnson, Robbie Keane.
First, Richie Garcia just gets his head up there. You've got Michael Silvestre initially claiming for offside, but great run from Robbie Keane. He's just looking for a bit of support. And Mikel Silvestri in that time managed to get back and clear it, and Ida Johnson couldn't get there.
And this is one of the few clubs that Robbie Keane hasn't played for, isn't it?
he's had a good career, hasn't he?
Substitution for Manchester United, for the Carick All-Stars. Damien Duff is coming back on, and Clarence Seedorf has taken a leave of absence. He can go and get his play now. But he has certainly been the star of the show so far. Certainly the one apart from Michael Carick that everyone's talking about. Guy made his debut for Ajax in 1994. Here's Robbie Keane, just hesitating, still managing to flick it over Edwin van der Sar, and it's a very good goal. Excellent finish. He had a chance just a moment ago, and he wasn't going to miss the second opportunity that came his way.
Number 10, Robbie Keane.
A tiny bit of play starting with Capdevere there, John Terry, good Johnson, and Capdevere's ball, just seeing him, Robbie Keane playing off the shoulder, and Van der Sar's made the goal look small, but Robbie Keane's just said, I'll put it over you. Nice little finish there.
I just wonder whether Gary Neville will be a little bit disappointed that Robbie Keane ran off him. The ball went over his head.
He's been looking to do that a few times. He got in before. There's one where he was just offside. It's been coming. But Robbie Keane still trains every day at Shamrock Rovers, so he's in good shape.
If you are going to invite some of the best footballers of their generation to your party, then it may well end up being that they spoil that party. And it's the Carick All-Stars who lead by 2-1. He certainly has brought a lot to the affair. Clarence Seedorf is leaving the stadium now to go and get his transport on elsewhere. And his contribution has been widely appreciated.
Yeah, he's set the tone for the All-Stars, and he's been by far the best player.
Giggs through the legs of Carragher. He just couldn't fizz the crossing. And he picks Carragher up. Carragher went in committed. Giggs saw him coming.
Yeah, beautiful little bit of play there. Carragher tries to shut his legs, and then he's thinking, I'm not letting you run round me. But yeah, fantastic play there from Giggs.
Got to love the fact that Jamie Carragher seems to be spending most of the afternoon laughing his head off as he's trying to go about his business. He's enjoying himself. Park. He's been absolutely tireless again, Ji-sung Park, hasn't he? Sensational.
I don't think he knows how to go on the pitch and not cover every blade of grass. He's been everywhere, breaking up play, popping up all over the pitch. Typical of what he's about.
And you can understand why Sir Alex trusted him in those big games. Always turned to him when he needed someone to do a job. Here's Robbie Keane. Good Johnson. Chested back by Graham Carrick. Atmosphere's been really good today here at Old Trafford, and we have the attendance figure 69,977, and it must be applauded. That's a fantastic attendance for a testimonial, and I'm sure Michael Carick will be the first to thank those thousands of people that have come out today in support of his testimonial, which is raising money for the Manchester United Foundation and the Michael Carick Foundation to work with children in Newcastle and in Manchester.
I think when you look, just shy of 70,000 people have come out on a Sunday afternoon, amidst some of the fear that's been around the city at the moment as well. Just shows the togetherness. I'm a Mancunian myself. I see it, and I feel what it's been like in the city. It's just fantastic that everybody's come out for such a good cause to show the togetherness.
Of course, tonight that will continue just across the way, just behind here at the Old Trafford Cricket Ground. And the names of the major stars from the world of music will be raising money for the victims of the Manchester attacks. 13 days ago. Here's Ebra. Having fun in the sun. Fletcher. Carick. The other Carick. Here's Ebra. Three waiting in the centre. One of them is Berbatov. Lovely touch. And it was just poked away from him at the last. And it's a corner as a result.
Yeah, nice passage of play there from United. Carick just with the ball splitting the defence, saw Evra. Evra just chipped the ball in, had John Terry stretching. Berbatov bring it down his chest, but I think it was Capdevila that got him behind and just managed to get a foot in, because it's almost certainly going to be a goal.
Carick encouraged to shoot. Graham Carick with a touch around the corner, didn't quite come for Berbatov. Away by Phil Neville. Keane, good Johnson. Phil Neville bursting forward. Here's Duff. Capdevila looking for Keane.
Seem to have a bit of an understanding, Capdevila and Keane. Every time Capdevila gets his head up, Robbie Keane knows which run to make, and he's looking for it.
They must have played together somewhere. Trevor Sinclair is warming up down in front of us, away to our left-hand side, fresh from his pre-match and half-time stint with Jackie Oatley.
Has he still got his suit on?
He has, actually. Here's Berbatov. Fletcher. Carick gets it back to Fletcher. Berbatov just meanders into the penalty area. United looking for an equaliser. This could be the inspiration. Garcia stops him from going any further. One back by Manchester United. One Carick to another. And now on to Giggs. Queuing up at the far post, and it's probably the first time this afternoon that Ryan Giggs just hasn't got his delivery right. He's been almost vintage Giggs throughout the course of the 70 minutes we've played so far. I'm looking forward to being part of our team for the international series coming up.
See Phil Neville's lollipops there. He used to always bring that out at Old Trafford. A few step overs, get the crowd excited.
Of course, we're looking at the old school Manchester United players, but off the field, some of the new school are in town. Marcus Rashford, who was very much the focal point of Manchester United's late charge to the Europa League final, in the director's box this afternoon.
What I like about Rashford, he's a student of the game. He's come, he's got his time off, could be at home relaxing, watching it on the TV, and he's come to see it, come to see the players he's grown up watching play. And he's sat here by himself, just taking in the game. Real student of the game.
One thing that's impressive about him is not only the way he plays the game, the way he talks about the game, but he is just a normal 19, 20-year-old lad, isn't he? He's from the city of Manchester. He hangs around in the normal places that you would do if you were that age. He's very sensible, and he is willing to learn and to forge a career for Manchester United.
He comes from a good family as well. And
here's Neville looking for Keane. Giggs will eventually run it clear.
And what I like about, going back to Rashford, I think what I like about him is he's not in a rush. He wants to learn the game. He knows what it means to play for Man United, and he's not in a rush to to upset anybody. He wants to savour every moment. You can tell when he's out there, he's enjoying himself, and he loves pulling on the shirt of Manchester United.
Wayne Rooney still loves putting on the shirt of Manchester United. He's coming back out for a second stint. Graham Carick is coming off. Trevor Sinclair is coming back on. So there will be changes at Manchester United afoot over the course of the summer window. And we know that Manchester City have made their moves very quickly in the transfer market already, but Jose Mourinho's left Ed Woodward in charge of getting the transfers done and dusted. They need one or two more to make them a bit dynamic. They were so often dominant here at home last season without polishing off teams. That needs to be remedied. Sinclair on for Marcus Senna.
Yeah, I think Trevor's speaking to Trevor before the game. He said that he got a late call to be involved, and he was actually training yesterday in the sand dunes at Blackpool, so his legs were a bit heavy. That was his excuse anyway.
Getting them in early. Yeah. Really giving it away. Capdevila trying to get his way through. Sylvester away. Just wonder how many new signings you think Manchester United might need in the summer to compete in the Champions League. Of course, it's a very different level of competition next season.
I'd say, you know, look, having watched a lot of United, you know, at close quarters, I'd say three or four would be about right.
Rooney looking for Berbatov, and John Terry is in the way. Park, so nippy. Berbatov, Sahar, back to Berbatov, didn't quite manage to fashion the pass, and Damien Duff was back there to intervene. They've had a good understanding, Berbatov and Sahar. Here comes Gudjohnsen. Capdevila, oh, lovely little dance. Here's Keane. Gudjohnsen trying to hold off Rooney. Still pinballing Keane. And it's the top of the net that ripples, not the back of it.
He's enjoyed himself in the second half, Robbie Keane. But good move there. Gudjohnsen, Capdevila just evades the challenge from Silvestri, cuts it back. Robbie Keane lays it back there to Gudjohnsen again. Good body from Rudy. Ball falls to Robbie Keane again and just tries a cheeky little lob and hits the top of the net.
Let's head to the touchline and hear from Rio Ferdinand. He's with Gabriel Clark.
Rio, first of all, how are you?
Yeah, all right, thanks. Good.
I just mean, have you come off because of an injury?
No, I've just come off because we need to give some players some time. No, the pitch is quite a big pitch, actually. It's got bigger, it feels. But,
bit bigger than you remember?
Yeah, it is a bit bigger, but it's been good. It's been a great night. Meeting some of the old boys, having a laugh, a bit of banter in the change room. It's been good.
Yeah, getting the old team of 2008 together. I think the boss is expecting better, though, in terms of the final result.
Yeah, he wants to win. He finished his career on a draw. He don't want to do it again today. He'd like to get a win, I think.
And just sum it up in terms of Michael and Michael's career, and he's got another year, of course, at this club too.
Yeah, rightly so. I think he's been a great servant to the club. He's a fantastic footballer, a great guy, but someone who played the game minimal fuss, but he had great effect. You saw the trophies that he's won. Every trophy available, he's got his hands on, and he's been an integral member of each one of them squads. So, testament to him.
So, in your role as a pundit, then, what's the key? What has to change if your team are going to change this game around?
The manager's got to put me on up front, and then they'll have a chance of us nicking a goal.
I'll pass that on.
All right.
Thanks, Rio.
Now, well, he was the world's most expensive defender twice, wasn't he, Rio Ferdinand? But he scored the odd goal or two.
Important ones as well. I can remember, you know, against Liverpool and so on, scored some good, important goals for United.
Here's Gudjohnsen. And how he's not managed to either score or find Robbie Keane, I think even he won't know. He'll be scratching his head over that one. If he had just managed to pull the hammer down on that a little bit earlier, it surely would have been 3-1.
Yeah, good bit of play there initially. Sold the dummy to Silvestri, came inside. At that moment you're thinking, just hit it. Takes the extra touch. And it fizzles out. Van der Sar as well to gather the ball.
Rooney looking for Carick. They were trying to set him up. And John Terry was having none of it. He's playing the pantomime villain. Here's Alex Bruce. who was playing for Hull City last season. Looking for Robbie Keane, and Ji-sung Park is there. Of course he is. Where isn't Ji-sung Park?
Brilliant. He's been watching Robbie Keane peel off the shoulder, and he's thought, this time I'm not having it. Comes in with minimal fuss and just cleans up and goes about his business again.
Rooney. Berbatov. Terry is there again. Carick saying, give it to me. John Terry and Carick in a WWE wrestling move. I wonder who's going to get the free kick here. What do you reckon? I just actually wondered for a second what Michael Carick had got hold of.
I was worried when Alex Bruce came in off the top rope. He's looking for the belt, no doubt.
It's all good-natured. Somehow John Terry got away with a free kick here. Another substitution. The Carick All-Stars are replacing Garcia with Salgado. And Eric Abidal is coming back on again. Lifted the trophy in 2011 when Manchester United lost in the final of the Champions League to Barcelona, that fabulous Barcelona team.
Just seen Salgado come on the pitch there and start barking orders straight away. You know, positions, I want you three to go at the back. He's doing it, he's still doing it. He means business. He doesn't want to lose this game. He doesn't want United to get back into it.
Phil Neville doing it again and looking for the return. Duff has taken it away from him and the offside flag is up. Not that Phil Neville's entirely sure about it.
I think, yeah, he's enjoying himself over there, Phil. 2, 3, 4, 5 step overs, 6 even, and he's gone for the 1-2.
And he's attempted more lollipops than a confectionery store, hasn't he, over the course of the second half? Abidal being pursued by Ji-sung Park. Slipped by Shea Gibbon. I think he just left Stoke City. Giggs onto Berbatov. Rooney in a bit of space. Here's Rooney. Saha wants it. It's Luis Saha. How has he not got the equaliser? Just took his eye off it at the vital moment. And a chance to level proceedings has been spurned by Luis Saha.
A lovely ball in from Giggs. Nice first and second touch from Berbatov. Sees Rooney, nutmegs the pass, and you think he's going to score. Just wobbles up, just pops up there, and as you see here, he pops up and he doesn't manage to get over the ball. And you know, the keeper's on the floor. The net's gaping, but he manages to miss it.
Four major trophies and 42 goals in 124 appearances for United for Luis Saha. Harry Redknapp with a bit of a let-off.
Topspin from Oshima, just lifts it a little bit too much.
Giggs. Now it's Evra. Rooney. Now Michael Carick. The perfect end.
Good flip there into the body of Schuster.
You couldn't write it. And if you did, it would probably look like that. What a fabulous finish from a man who doesn't score too many goals, but when he does, they tend to be that good.
What a moment, nice bit of feet from Evra. Rooney sees his Carick, sets it up nicely, but he doesn't try and hit it too hard. He trusts his technique and beautiful strike. You call it a daisy cutter. In off the post, and what a moment. Exactly what the game needed. Fantastic, Michael Carick.
Excellent finish. And a smile as wide as Manchester.
You can see as well his family, how much he meant to his family as well. Just nice moment all around.
Gary Neville. On to Rooney. Rooney goes down asking for a penalty. And he was pretty vociferous in his claims to Neil Swarbrick, the referee.
Substitution for Manchester United 2008-11, replacing number 16, Michael Carick.
Well, Wayne Rooney's still arguing. Meanwhile, the man of the moment is about to be replaced. There have been a few highlights that night against Roma when Michael scored twice in the game. The games against Barcelona here in 2008 when the atmosphere nearly took the roof off the place. So Alex Ferguson, who brought him to Old Trafford on August the 23rd, 2006 in a deal worth £18.6 million, could scarcely believe the impact that he's had. He's been around so long. The songs, the tradition, the mentality, he says he has become a supporter. Let's hear from him. He's with Gabriel Clark.
How about that for a finale?
Oh, I just couldn't stop laughing, to be honest. I mean, it's a great finish. I couldn't win finish to the game. I don't mean actual finish of the shot.
But that wasn't bad, was it?
Yeah, I mean, it's great, and it's a perfect day, isn't it, to finish off like that. It'd be nice if the lads got a winner, but you know.
Well, we're into Fergie time nearly.
Yeah, it's fantastic. I mean, the whole game's been brilliant. I loved it. Unbelievable reception there from the fans, and to get the goals, it's pretty special.
Well, I think most people, if they'd taken a bet that Michael scores today, it would have been a penalty. But listen, that is unscripted magic.
I told the ref first off, I said, don't be giving silly penalties because I don't want to just take a token penalty. So to finish off there, that's fantastic. I went about a little straight. So.
And one more year to come, of course. Let's not forget that. You're back, aren't you?
Yeah, I've got another year. Next year the pressure's slightly different to what we got here, but can't wait for next year to start all over again and hopefully win more trophies again.
And what did you think of Dad today? How about that for a goal?
Awesome!
We'll leave it at that. Fantastic.
Fascinating. In the build-up to the game, he was saying that his kids used to be almost give him light relief when he came home from football, take the pressure off a bit, but in recent years they've been his harshest critics. Not today. And Robbie Keane wasn't in any mood to spoil the party.
Yeah, good Johnson, just break in there. Good ball up over the.
He's been a fabulous footballer and a fantastic person on and off the field, Michael Carick, and it's finished perfectly for him. He might even have time for a late winner in traditional Manchester United style. As he says, the pressure is completely different, isn't it? Today is all about celebration and relaxing. When they come back at the beginning of July for an August restart, it will be different then. Here's Gary Neville. Let's see if he can do better this time. Well, at least it was going in the right direction.
He's probably thinking, right, just get a good connection on this one, and he did. He caught that one sweetly. Unfortunately, it was blocked, but yeah, he caught that one really sweetly. Well, it looks like it's flying in the far corner. Good block from the All-Stars.
Using the Metrolink tram for onward journeys to use the stations at Trafford Bar.
Well, he was only supposed to play 10 minutes, wasn't he?
Yeah, I think when that was his idea. But when the boss decides that you're going to play more, then you do as you're told.
Rooney's just flown into another challenge on Phil Neville. And Michael Carick is just taking some words of advice from Mike Phelan and from Sir Alex Ferguson. It's been a good return to the dugout for him. As Rio Ferdinand was pointing out a little bit earlier on, he finished his Manchester United career with a draw. Here's Sinclair, Silvestre, almost robbing him of that. And with the threat of an own goal. Phil Neville's got John Terry to aim at here. Headed down towards Robbie Keane and blocked by Park. Well, he has been brilliant, Park, hasn't he? And if anyone was going to be back there to stop it, it was going to be him.
As he's fallen, Robbie Keane, he's actually offside, but as he's fallen, the header down, he's thinking, open net, I'm going to score. And out of nowhere, Jason Park pops up again to clear it off the line. He's been all over the place today. Brilliant.
In a good way, it must be said. He's been fantastic, up and down, up and down.
He's a sort of player that gives his attacking players freedom. When you've got somebody like that in your team, he snuffs out the danger a little bit, you know, like N'Golo Kante does. Just snuffs out the danger, and he just gives everybody else that calm feeling around.
Rooney. Now Everett. Now Rooney. Looking for the winner. And nobbled for Johnson and then gave away the free kick. I think Rooney thinks that Neil Swarbrick's got something against him today.
He's not happy at the moment.
Sinclair looking for Keane, who's had a number of chances to win this for the Carick All-Stars. For Johnson. Phil Neville. And Silvestre holds it back and finds Edwin van der Sar. Manchester United maybe with one last chance in the final minute, the final few seconds. Berbatov, Neville outside him, still Berbatov running. Giggs is bearing down too. It's Giggs driving his skulls. Here's Gary Neville. When the big moment came, Gary Neville just couldn't find the ball that was required for Manchester United. And that's the full-time whistle. A great occasion, great support. A city that has been bound together by recent events, showing that it doesn't live in fear. It lives for sport. And Michael Carick should be proud of the testimonial that he managed to serve up. A fitting afternoon of fun, celebrating 11 super years at Manchester United. An excellent contribution to this club. It's finished at Old Trafford. Manchester United 2, the All-Stars 2. We'll round it all up in just a few moments.
Miss Banville, I know you're not afraid of difficult cases.
I'm going to get you out, Kevin. There is someone they are desperate to hide.
There's something else going on here.
New drama, Fearless, starts Monday the 12th of June on ITV. Set your reminder now.
Nivea Man Protect and Care gives you protection from dirt, protection from sweat, protection from dry skin, protection from everything. Well, almost. Nivea Man Protect and Care. Ultimate protection from everything.
We are defined by what we've seen.
Good evening, Trevor McDonald, ITN, Johannesburg.
I've witnessed moments which are beyond any descriptive power. And I've seen the infinite resilience of the human spirit.
Realise what a terrific player he was as well. Not only could he defend, he could play as well.
There was booing for John Terry being near the ball. It didn't even touch the ball. But it's good-natured. It's pantomime.
I think John realises that. When you think John is a kid of a United fan, Stuart, that's amazing, that, isn't it? The reason I found out about that was I met his father in Moscow at the final the night before the game, you told me.
Well, you could argue John Terry should be in the Manchester United 2008 side because it was his slip that led to us winning the European Cup. Carragher. Giving away to Giggs. He's got Rooney up with him. Fletcher to the right. He plays in Rooney. Maybe a first opportunity back to Giggs. Now Scholes. Part up onto it quickly to Michael Carrick.
You're just thinking there, Stuart, why didn't somebody hit it?
Well, you thought Paul might.
Yeah.
Duff, who in his day was an absolute flying machine, was a great success with Jose Mourinho at Chelsea.
Well, there was a lot of talk about him when he was at Blackburn and United, Stuart, strangely enough.
Duff and Robin was terrific. Thrashed up towards Robbie Keane, but Vidic is there. Vidic to Ferdinand. How many times did we say that over the years? One of the true great centre-back partnerships in the history of our club and the Premier League.
Without question. I've been arguing about that.
Robbie Keane. Salgado, who would have been absolutely delighted by Real Madrid's success last night, into midfield. Marcus Senna, who was linked with United plenty of times in his days at Villarreal. Really effective defensive midfield player. Seedorf always tried something pretty clever there, but Vidic will nod it back to Edwin van der Sar, who is Edwin today is the oldest player on the field at 46, but he still looks as fit as a butcher's dog. Carragher nods it back to Shea Given.
It's taking some stick, John, isn't it? But in the nicest possible way.
Salgado, 10 seasons at Real Madrid, a couple of Champions Leagues.
You make that sound as if it was nothing. Couple of Champions Leagues, as if it was nothing.
Well, they win it every year now, don't they, Real Madrid?
That's the standard.
Just, well brought down. Wonderful from Damien Duff. There's Brown in tight. 38 now, Damien Duff. Wes is closing in on that, 37. Seedorf, wonderfully gifted midfielder.
Great player as well, Stuart. I mean, when you look at some of the players that are out there, absolutely great players in their time to come here and play the testimonial match.
4-time Champions League winner.
He was a bit used for Rio Ferdinand, wasn't he? As they three will tell you.
Well, I'm hoping it's somewhere in the contract that Sir Alex Ferguson has to get the hairdryer out at least once today. It is a testimonial.
Well, hopefully he'll do that. We'll get a great reaction from the crowd if he does. Should have told them before they started the game.
Here's Scholes to Carick. Another great partnership in midfield. Carick and Scholes. It worked a treat for United, and Carick still going strong. Park. I remember Sir Alex saying how painful it was for him to leave Park out of the Moscow squad. Such an effective player for United. Brown. Darren Fletcher. We have to say Darren Fletcher of Stoke City now, joining Stoke from West Brom.
He's a terrific player for us, and he's been a great pro, Stuart.
Scholes. Shoot, they say. He's about 45 yards out.
He's just over the halfway line.
There's got to be a chance that Paul Scholes will get a yellow card today.
Well done.
Abidal. Good to see him looking so fit and well as well after the terrible problems he had. His liver ended up with a transplant. Abidal.
It just shows you the courage of the lad, doesn't it? To come back and play again.
Salgado, love to get forward from right back, but that cross just drifts behind for the goal kick. Salgado, who actually ended his career, you might remember, at Blackburn. 3 seasons at Blackburn.
Well, the cross there, Stuart, he probably thinks he was still playing at Blackburn or Real Madrid when he put it in so early. They're all a bit older, these players now.
Saw Harry there back in front line management. Thought he was finished, but back at Birmingham, kept them up, signed a contract for a year, so even at the age of 70, still hungry.
He's got that bit of magic, hasn't he?
Now Wayne Rooney. Took a deflection towards Fletcher. Abidal, that's cool.
Oh, that's cool, under severe pressure.
Abidal, you might remember, lifted the Champions League trophy against United at Wembley in 2011. He wasn't the captain. The captain said, "No, you lift it," because he'd made an incredible recovery after a tumour in his liver.
It just takes a slight deflection, that bit. That's coolness for you, Abidal.
Everett playing his try at Marseille now, and he's won a corner. Rooney goes across to take it. Nemanja Vidic is trundling into the box. Up he goes as well, wins the header, it drops for Brown, cross goal, and fly hacked clear by Salgado. There's a little shove there by Robbie Keane on Park, and now it's a nice touch to Carick. Rooney's got Giggs with him. Giggs.
That wasn't what he intended, the pass back to the goalkeeper. He's trying to put that across the goal. Terrific pass. He tries to play this across the goal, but it doesn't come off.
Everyone wondering what Ryan Giggs' next move is going to be in terms of management. Obviously, he was assistant here to Louis van Gaal, and linked with the Sunderland job. I think he's linked with every job, actually.
It's a close season, isn't it?
Duff against Wes Brown. Keane got it through to Michael Owen. He just couldn't make the space for himself.
Old age shot.
Well,
not old age, but age.
Coming from you, Paddy, that's frightening.
I know, but I'm just thinking if that was 20 years ago, it would have been on the end of it probably.
But just a blur of energy, Ji-sung Park, and he still is by the looks of things. Park, he was looking to lay it to Scholes, but John Terry read it. And it's up to Robbie Keane, who had 5 or 6 very successful years at LA Galaxy. Now Duff. Just waiting for support. It's slow, to say the least. It's glacial for the support, but here's Keane. Or Seedorf. Just got it caught under his feet there.
Yes. And 2 touches when one would have done. The second touch should have been a shot.
Seedorf, who's won the Champions League with 3 different clubs, the only man to do that: Ajax, Real Madrid and Milan. He had a really gilded career. Salgado into Senna. John Terry, I wonder what his next move is going to be after leaving Chelsea. 717 appearances for Chelsea.
That's the sad thing about football, Stuart. It comes to an end, no matter how good you are.
Giggs, Park, couldn't quite find Rooney. In fairness, Jamie Carragher read that very well.
He did exceptionally well there. He had to. Rooney was away.
Imagine he's one of those players, Jamie Carragher, who loves to be booed. He relishes being booed.
I think sometimes, Stuart, when you boo players when it's actually real live games, it boosts the player.
Of course, Steven Gerrard and Frank Lampard were originally in this side, both picked up injuries, but if they would have been playing, all you would have heard was boos for the entire game. Great players.
I know, but that's respect, Stuart.
Well, you tend to boo players that you're slightly scared of, though, yeah.
Of course.
Abidal. Here's Duff. Seedorf, here's Carragher. One club man, Jamie Carragher, 737 appearances for Liverpool, extraordinary record.
You know the funny thing about it, Stuart, you know he was an Everton fan.
He was as a kid, yeah, absolutely.
Vehicle with registration of VN16XFJ as a vehicle passing car park W1 registration.
Salgado.
Oh, what the hell of a ball. Can you imagine him, Stuart, years ago? He'd have brought that down with his right foot.
Yeah, he's 41 now, Michel Salgado. Here's Carick. Takes a bit longer to get back when you reach 41. Just Delgado. Fletcher, who was 2.5 years at West Brom, did not miss a league game. Can you consider the terrible health problems he had towards the end of his United career? What a record of fitness.
Oh, terrific close shot.
Evra. It's a good run. He's still going. He might go all the way. Evra. Oh, he's gone down. Neil Swarbrick thinks about it. Decides there was no foul. John Terry gets away from the scene of the crime very quickly.
I'm not so sure that was a penalty shot. It was a great run by him.
Terry. Save off to Duff. Ended his career at Shamrock Rovers. Duff doing coaching there. Save off. Senna. Worked it well to Eric Abadal. Seedorf. One of these players, Seedorf, who makes football look very, very easy.
Doesn't it? The way he passed that there. So easy. Oh, but great players can do that.
Carrick. Scholes, another player who makes it all look very, very straightforward, doesn't he? Giggs.
Oh, he sees Wayne. He sees Wayne.
Was that handball from Carragher?
I think it happened more than anything. Sure, he could get out the road of it. It was looking for Wayne. Ryan Sullivan will go at the referee. No?
Evra. Ferdinand. Of course, he was in Cardiff last night. With a number of these players watching in Cardiff last night. Scholes is looking for Rooney. What a pass! Rooney onto it. Can he finish? He's tried the chip. Oh, it's landed on top of the net. But that was a trademark Paul Scholes pass. Class is permanent. Oh, the great Paul Scholes.
When you think this, many times you see passes like that, Stuart. Very rarely. He's onside as well, Wayne. It's just a pity he didn't finish up the back of the net. It's just a heavy touch on it. What a ball. Shows you what we missed when he left, doesn't it? When he finished.
Paul Scholes. Truly one of the greats. Only Ryan Giggs and Sir Bobby played more often for United than the great Scholes.
You named them the great Scholes, and you're right. Not many better midfield players than him.
Is Senna. Cross to Abadal. Duff. Seedorf. Fletcher in the way. Everything going through Seedorf though in the All-Stars midfield. Carrick, his brother Graham, is on the bench for United. That'll be a great move. I wonder if it'll be Carrick coming on for Carrick.
You've got together. We've got the two of them put together, surely. David Beckham done it with his son. Oh, another chance. I thought he was going to get the end of that part.
Corner kick. G's, only 36 G's. Retired quite early in terms of age. Giggs going across to take the corner. Ryan Giggs just getting an ovation simply for taking a corner. Quite right, too.
Stuart, that's for 20 odd years.
Giggs always trying to play in Scholes for that Bradford City style volley, but didn't quite get it right.
It was just too far out.
Nice header, very adroit header from Scholes there. Scholes and Seedorf in their pomp. How much money were they worth?
Oh, dear me. Just unfortunate Wayne didn't get that through there. What's Patrice Evra doing at the edge of the 18-yard line then?
Long looking for Robbie Keane, but Ferdinand and Vidic just knew exactly where each other were in that wonderful partnership.
Perfect away from each other, weren't they?
Fletcher. Get it wide to Everett. loves getting forward from left back. It's a powerful run, but Salgado gets his body in the way.
Oh, it's not going out either.
How did that stay in?
Well, he did well there, Salgado to match Patrice Evra for running. How long will keep it up straight and runs like that?
Space here for Eric Abidal to run on to Robbie Keane. Keane inside the box now.
Oh,
still Robbie Keane. He did well there. He wasn't a favourite. He was submerged by red shirts. Still got the shot off. And Seedorf. Duff to Abidal. Seedorf. Duff. Go back to John Terry. Well, that's handball, surely.
I don't think they beat them because of the handballs.
Mendieta. Wonderfully gifted player. It's Pete Mendieta. Ended his career at Middlesbrough, you remember, but Valencia was when he really made his name. Terry. Senna. Terry's continued his run. He's worked it well. And that shot by Mendieta, who I was just praising for being so gifted.
Yeah,
shanks wide.
I don't think his left foot was his best. A good bit of football all the same. John Terry wanting to get in the act up there, hoping to get it back. But you're not getting it back, John. Not really the shot.
Mendieta, who with Ryan Giggs is the oldest of the outfield players at 43. Brown, Fletcher, Rooney. Michael Carick signing that new deal, which means he's going to have a 12th season next year.
Still a top class player, Stuart.
Evra. John Terry. He used to sing that over the years like a dominant header.
Oh, brilliant.
Wonderful. And, well, everybody applauding that inside Old Trafford. Glorious little give and go from Clarence Seedorf.
He still looks very fit, doesn't he? Look at him, so strongly built.
Yeah.
Looks very fit still. I'll bet he's the type of lad that looks hard. I bet he's in the gym every day, Stuart.
Yeah. Watch this bit of skill here. See you later.
Thank you, darling.
Did have a short spell managing Milan, Clarence Seedorf, and managed in China as well. I think he's looking for a managerial job, ideally perhaps in the Premier League. Mind you, the way he started this game, I just wonder if he can still play.
You're right.
Vidic on Mendieta. Mendieta didn't like it too much. Now here's Giggs. A bit of space, looking for Rooney through the middle.
Handball in that, was it?
Safely pouched by Shea Given.
Just say it was crowded out, Stuart. I think a proper game would be given a free kick.
I'm not sure Wayne Rooney does friendlies.
Don't think you're far wrong either.
Scholes. Drops from Michael Carrick to Park. Scholes. Carick again, 3 to aim at in the centre, but that's class, I think, from Terry. He just chested it back to Given.
I wonder how often he's played with Shea Given. I don't think he ever has he? Yet still got the confidence, both of them. This is terrific defending that. That's confidence for you.
John Terry, of course, his career at Chelsea ended with that that guard of honour after 26 minutes of his final appearance against Sunderland. Hopefully we won't be doing that in 5 minutes' time.
What a player. Oh, that's a great ball.
What a pass to Abidal. It's away from Brown. Duff waits in the centre. Oh, what a great chance. Mendieta. Side foots in. Wonderful finish. Guided it home. And the Michael Carrick all-star sides strike first here at Old Trafford. It's the United side of 2008 0, the All-Stars 1.
Well, it's a great bit of work by Mendieta, isn't it? It's so cool, shoot. It's not offside, no question about the offside. That's a great ball down the flank. But this is good play, shoot. This is intelligent play, this. He's lost control there for a second, but I'll just play it back. Somebody will be there. There was someone there. Just thank you very much, back of the net. Watch, it just doesn't control it for a bit. Nice little touch back. And look at that big gap that's there.
He just passes it home.
Yeah, that's all he does. And the goalkeeper can't see a thing. Well, to be fair, Stuart, in games like this, people like to see plenty of goals when they come.
I remember Mendieta getting a couple against United for Middlesbrough a few years ago. Ram's done well there. A free kick. You can hear a pin drop when that ball hit the net as well. Mendieta, Scholes, the crowd demanding a shot, but no. Park. Scholes. Come on, Paul, give us what we want.
He didn't have the room there, Stuart.
Here's Giggs. Tried to clip one across, but deflection was kind, and now, oh dear. It's what a virtuoso first 20 minutes or so from that fine player, Clarence Seedorf. Here he is again. It's taken out by Giggs, who's not having any of it.
Well, to be fair to him, Stuart, I think he was looking for Abidal as well. He's trying to flick the ball to him. Well, you watch this, he tries to flick the ball to Abidal. And he gets taken out because of it. It's a big bit of skill, wasn't it?
So far, he looks just about the best player on the pitch, doesn't he, Seedorf? He's controlling things. Scholes, bit of space for him. So clever at finding space.
Look at that.
Wonderful pass to Everett. He can take it in his stride. He's got Rooney with a header. It's a good opportunity.
Never caught it properly, Wayne. He'd like to get a bit more beef in that. A bit of a glancing header more than anything. He looks as fit as anything, Patrice Everett, doesn't he? Dear me. Just doesn't get enough on it.
Maybe had a little bit more space than
he thought. He probably thought. He's trying to pull, he's not connected properly. The Paul Scholes tackle a second ago.
Every time you see this man, it's a treat.
I didn't touch him, ref, that's what you're saying. No, you didn't, Paul, of course you didn't. You never ever did.
Well, of course, the two men retired at the same time in 2013, Sir Alex and Paul Scholes. Good to see Mickey Phelan alongside Sir Alex there as well. Albert the kit man.
He's aging well, Albert, isn't he? He looks very, very smart.
So it's the All-Stars who are leading here. Mendieta with the goal. Park, Rob Duff.
How many times have you said that with Park? Robbed somebody.
Over the years, I mean, he's done it time and time again. It just didn't quite happen for him when he left United. He went to QPR, it didn't work, and ended on loan to PSV.
I think United suited him, Stuart.
He always had a habit of scoring in the big games. I think 5 against Arsenal. Ji-sung Park. Fletcher striding forward then for United. Carick. Rooney. A nuisance for himself again. Evra. Here's Giggs. In towards Fletcher, but with John Terry, who is so adept.
Makes it look easy, doesn't it?
Right place, right time. His positioning, spot on.
Makes it look easy.
Still think he could do a really good job for somebody in the Premier League. Good Lord, what's he doing there? Some run from John Terry. He's sprightly at 36. John Terry. Senna, who ended his career at the New York Cosmos. Last side. Duff. Owen just plays it back up the line. Number 10 to number 10. Senna.
Asking a lot.
As Brown guides that back to Edwin van der Sar. The only thing Edwin van der Sar has had to do in this game is pick the ball out of the net. It's good to see Edwin in Stockholm last week, part of the hierarchy at Ajax now. Van der Sar. Evra.
A bit of support, Ryan.
Evra. Oh, he's done well to get back to this.
It's a battle down there between those two, isn't it?
Salgado felt he was fouled by Ryan Giggs.
Yeah, he's not happy with it, is he? I'm not playing a friendly.
Corner then, United looking for the equaliser. It's been an entertaining start to this game. Oh, Apple header, 1-1. Nemanja Vidic, that is classic Vidic. Up from the back, and he plants that header into the corner, and United are level with the All-Stars at 1-1.
Well, you always think that about the ball coming into the box and corners are free kicks. Nemanja Vidic, he's so brave, Stuart. He'll put his head anywhere, won't he? If he's got a chance of putting the ball in the back of the net. And he comes through a crowd of players there.
Manchester United 2018, number 15, Nemanja Vidic.
Crowd enjoyed that. Oh, powerful header. Is it his head, Stuart? Yes, it is.
Nemanja, 300 appearances for United, 21 goals. He was a threat.
Oh, he was
set
a
pieces.
Great defender, Stuart. One thing about him was his defending. He was fantastic at that.
Entertaining fare here on Michael Carrick's big day. 1-1, here's Rooney finding a bit of space. Gone for goal himself. Given is down to collect to his near post.
Yeah, I tried to sell him a dummy there, thinking he was aiming for the far post. And he went to the near one. Well, she's looking as though he's going to play this into the far post, and he changes his mind. Reads it well, Given.
Shane Given, who ended the season with Stoke. 41 now, Shane Given. Evra, who looks super fit, but he should be. He's playing for Marseille. It's not like he's retired.
Still looks as sharp as anything, doesn't he?
Well, the highlight of any week is what Patrice Evra is going to put on his Instagram feed, which always cheers you up. He loves this game. Do you want me to explain to you what Instagram is, buddy?
I'm not answering that, Stuart, because I haven't a clue what Instagram is. What is it?
I'll talk to you about it half time. King Abadal.
Passing's excellent, John Terry, isn't it, for a central defender? Either foot, nice and sharp. Always been like that.
Over the head of Keane, and Wes Brown can just guide that back to Edwin van der Sar. His final appearance for United was in the final in 2011. Scholes. Giggs. Looking for Rooney through the middle. Carragher with Rooney.
Oh, sorry. It went out that. The crowd enjoyed that, didn't they? The clash between Wayne and Carragher, but it just goes over the dead ball line. Bit of pushing and tugging going on between the two of them. Yeah.
You get the impression Wayne is deadly serious about this game, though. He was desperate to keep that in.
Oh, he's unfortunate there, isn't he?
Warm afternoon now at Old Trafford. A bit of rain this morning, but great conditions here for this testimonial. Abadal continues his run from Mendieta, Marcus Senna. Keane. 165 appearances for LA and 104 goals. Henrietta. Carick. Sadorf's touch, and well, had a lot of possession there, the All-Stars, but in the end couldn't quite make anything of it. Back to Anders. It's going to be a triple change for the All-Stars coming up. So 3 players getting a breather.
That's lovely for us, isn't it?
Throughout the game, there's going to be rolling subs. 6 subs apiece on the bench today. So we'll just look at these changes, and you can see there Phil Neville's going to be cut. Going to be coming on as well. Eidiger Johnson, who was playing in the Euros a year ago for Iceland, so he's still fit. And Capdevila, who was a really good left back for Spain. So that's 3. Last 10 minutes of the first half of this game. Also remembering Michael Carick Foundation is going to use the proceeds of this game to fund community projects, both here in Manchester and in Newcastle. As well.
Well, that's his home, Newcastle, isn't it?
Focusing mostly on the kids, giving them a safe place to play and learn. And Michael, I think, feels that, you know, that had that when he was growing up. Manchester United Foundation also benefiting from today. And really, that's what it's all about.
Burst of applause of Louis Sahan, Berbatov.
United squad players today. And Louis Sahan warming up. Might see them later. Giggs. Scholes. Carick across to Ryan Giggs. Evra was lurking.